What's up guys, Dr3 here, and I forgot I scrapped that intro. Redo. Yo, it's Joe and welcome to another video. See, I like that, I really like that. So, I want to apologise first off. Sorry for a lack of videos from me over the last season. Liam's been amazing with covering the channel over December. I recently, well, 4 months ago now, got work at a shop, and anyone who's ever worked at a shop understands over Christmas you don't have any free time. To make up for it though, I'm introducing a new show to the channel. Now, I've done top 5s before, and top 5s again a bit old school. I'm not a fan of them anymore, not as much as I used to be. So this is a new show called Tru3, or 3v3, or as it's easier to put, Tru3. Nice. So what this show is going to entail is it's basically a top 3 and then an extra 3. So if you remember a while ago I did a Teen Titans video where I did 2 top 5s merged together. How this is going to work is it's much shorter. It's just like a top 3 but no particular order, and then there'll be a different top 3. So I might do my 3 favourite superhero films and merge that with my 3 favourite superhero films I want to happen. 3v3. Tru3. You get the idea. So today I'm going to talk about something I never realised I was becoming a major fan of until I became a major fan of. And that is fighting games. So I present to you my top 3 fighting games and 3 fighting games I want to see happen. To number 1. True. T1. Let's go to number T1. Now, we're in a time where reboots are all too common, be it Blade Runner 2049, be it the new upcoming remake to Jurassic Park, again, be it another Godzilla film, again. Whereas with this is how you do a reboot, and if you're looking to reboot a game, like if this video gets popular, and game developers see it, this is how you reboot a game. You do Mortal Kombat 2011, or Mortal Kombat 9, whatever you prefer to call it. What's amazing about this game is the incredible roster, the brilliant references to old school fatalities, old school story, old school characters, old school costumes. Everything in this is a love letter to everything Mortal Kombat had been and everything it was going to be. Now, yes, Mortal Kombat X may have better graphics, gameplay, and some pretty damn good fatalities. But this is the game that kick-started the rebirth of Mortal Kombat. Before this, we had games like Shaolin Monks, Armageddon, Black Ops. But this game, it brought back the best fighting, and I love what it did with the story. If you haven't played the Mortal Kombat 2011 story mode, let me quickly give you a summary. So, Raiden gets a magic pendant, and with that he sees the events of all of the previous games, and it turns out all of them have been a future vision Raiden has seen. It actually starts with the ending of Armageddon, where Raiden dies. He picks up the pendant he had always worn in his outfit, says into it, he must win, and sends that through to his past self, who now sees all the future, knows everything that's going to happen, and proceeds to continue with the events, but trying to change them. It's a great way to say the past did happen, but we're not going with it right now. D1. So for D1, something that might not surprise anyone at all whatsoever, I'm a big fan of Power Rangers. I've stuck with Power Rangers mostly. Stupid Neo-Saban era. And basically I just want a good Power Rangers game again. There was an amazing game called Power Rangers Super Legends. I would argue it's one of the best games on the PS2. If you haven't played it and you're a fan of Power Rangers, find an old copy. It is so much fun, and it's such a good story and so many good playable characters. And what have we gotten since then? We have gotten, like, Connect games and mobile games. Yay! Just imagine this. I like to call this Power Rangers Grid Guardians. And what I mean by this is every Red Ranger from the series, every 6th Ranger, or at least one of the extra Rangers from each series, and then one random ranger from that series thrown in, so you have a bit of colour diversity. The way I imagine this game working is you go through and you've got a roster there of about a good 50 characters. But that might be a bit much for them to program in, so I imagine most of them would play the same and then maybe just some alternate skins. It would probably be kind of highlight eras, so like red and green for Mighty Morphin, then gold and red for Zeo, you get the picture. And with that you get this massive roster, you fight for all the characters, you get to play a really cool storyline where I imagine it being something like Forever Red, but the Rangers are turned against each other. There's a traitor on the morphing grid and you've got to fight and find out who it is. But then of course, which character do you play as? I mean, obviously you could go for Jason since he's the original guy everyone goes with. Or you could go for, say, I don't know, one of the newer guys, probably the supercharged main guy. Because he's quite relevant still. They might want to do Ninja Steel because that's their newest one. Or, you know, it could be a customizable character. Choose the helmet, choose the colour, choose the fighting style, similar to how Mii's work on Super Smash Bros. Of whether you want to be a sword, a blaster, or a puncher. And then, of course, choose your Zord, which you get to colour as well. How beautiful would that be? And you may be wondering, Zords, how would they fit into this? Well, similar to the style of X-Ray moves and Super moves from the Mortal Kombat and Injustice series, is the Zords work as your special attacks. Build up enough meter, summon your Zord, and finish them off that way with a beautiful giant explosion, or run over, or stomp, whatever the Zord works. We'll make it work, because it'll be so good. Now, on to T2. Now, I've already said it a bunch of times, I love Injustice. Injustice is so good, and yes, it is cheating a little bit to have 2 NetherRealm titles on this list, but how can you beat Injustice 2's gear system? It is so revolutionary. I mean, I've gone back and tried to play Injustice 1, and yeah, it's cool to relive my Deathstroke days, but in all honesty, being able to customise your characters, customise how they play, customise how they look, have amazing gear sets and fill it with references. One of my favourite things is how Starfire has a set of gear just called Titans Together, and it's all the Titans characters they couldn't get into the game. There is a Kid Flash breastplate, Beast Boy gloves, and Raven's tights, which is really cool. Granted, they look nothing like anything that belongs to that character, but it's just really cool to have those nods to show respect to characters that they know they wouldn't be able to put in. Edwin even said it himself, Beast Boy would probably make the animators hate him. Look it up, it's true. It's funny as well. Now, yes, I'm going to be a DC fanboy if I keep talking about this. So I'm going to skip this over just for the fact that you've heard me talk about Injustice before, and everyone knows I'm a massive DC fan. So let's just move on and enjoy the fact that Injustice 2 is an incredible game, and hopefully the gear system becomes a new staple in fighting games. Partially, at least. Now for D2, or 2D, like most animated things. However, this is far from animated. So everyone knows about the Kingdom Hearts series, and most people know about the Final Fantasy Dissidia series. Look out for gameplay of me playing that when that comes out. However, did you know that Dissidia was originally going to be a Kingdom Hearts game, but Disney didn't want their characters fighting each other? What's the reason for this? Who knows? Probably because Disney were wusses at the time, and this was before the Marvel universe, where they decided they were going to have much grander battles, and then wuss out of any stakes from them. But for now, let's just enjoy the fact that it could have been possible. We could have had Sora fighting Cloud in a straight up evenly matched fight. You could have been Kairi and settled the score with Axel because he kidnapped her. Spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 2. You could settle the score between Riku and Ansem, a fight which has been played out a couple times, but you could do it in your own way, with your own setup, with your choice of location. Imagine jumping round Radiant Garden, sliding across the pillars of Traverse Town, and with that, taking out Xemnas with Aladdin. Just have Aladdin fight everyone. Like, just bring in the most random Disney characters from their staple worlds, characters who have been in all the games. Finally see Yensid do some actual conflict. Yensid versus Xehanort. have the grudge match of Ericus versus Terra. And of course, my favourite part of this, because both these characters are staples in the Dissidia and Kingdom Hearts universes respectively. Let's have Sephiroth versus his truest threat. Someone who we know would be ultimate in a fighting game. Someone who would leave no revenant of Sephiroth's remnants left. That's right. Winnie the Pooh versus Sephiroth. Let's get fucking on it, Disney. Hi guys, sorry that got way too out of hand. I want to apologise first to Marvel fans and then for swearing. I know a lot of you are probably children and have heard that bad language, and that's now going to be stuck with you for a while. So I just want to quickly say, first off, dogs, shut up, I'm doing an apology. And secondly, Winnie the Pooh versus Sephiroth, let's go! That might have got out of hand. We're on to T3, which was very exaggerated. Let me know if you like that. I might stick with that. T3. No, too dumb. Okay. Now, I mentioned it earlier in the video, and I've got to say it again. Super Smash Bros. Is just an outstanding series, be it the voting poll for the DLC, the immense amount of fan service, or just how surprisingly good a fighting game it is. Now granted, people might say, oh, it's more of a party game, or it's more of an action game, but there's so much good fighting game elements to it, and considering you can have shows like the Amiibo Cockfight, shout out to Screw Attack, where it becomes so competitive, I think you can call this a fighting game. Now, it's a tough choice on this because there's the original Smash Bros, which started it all, and with that built the way for games that have more amalgamation in them. You could say Melee, which is the one people say is always the best one due to characters and gameplay. You could talk about the new one, Super Smash Bros. 4, 3DS and Wii U, which introduced loads more game mechanics and had a huge roster of characters. But I've got to go with the first one I played. I've got to go with Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The reason for this? The Smash Brawl introduction, which brought every character a new layer of interesting moves, crazy tactics, and awesome references. Then throw on top of that the legendary fan and all the other hilarious gimmicky weapons that made the game so overpowered that the new version of it had to have a mode dedicated to non-item play because it got so crazy. And it should be crazy. It's a game that doesn't make sense. And the story mode, oh my goodness, that makes no sense. There is genuinely a scene, if you haven't played Super Smash Bros. Brawl, this is a genuine scene. The Ice Climbers from Nintendo retro game called Ice Climbers are travelling up a mountain where they meet Meta Knight from Kirby, who proceeds to fight with them. They then team up, travel to the top of the mountain, where Lucario is waiting on top. Meta Knight and Lucario have a mountaintop duel, like Arrow Season 3 style, which results in them shaking hands, agreeing to be partners, the Ice Climbers cheering in the background, and that's just one scene. That's not mentioning the scene where Lucario has been separated, is breaking through Meta Knight's ship, which is now run by Bowser and Ganondorf, sees a box, lifts it up, Solid Snake appears, and the two become a team fighting evil robots and King Dedede. What is this game, and why do people think Melee is better? How can you top that? And the simple answer is, they couldn't, and that's why Smash 4 doesn't have a story mode, which irritates me, but makes me laugh so much. So much so that I've got to say my D3, which goes straight to the amazing and beautiful thing. What if Smash Bros had a Switch title? A game where you could switch between characters, a game where you have the option for both motion control, party games, link play, amiibos, motion control. I already said that, but imagine it again. It would make it portable with high-end graphics. It would be amazing. It's so good. And here's the thing, the reason I want this so much. I talked earlier about the voting poll they did. Now, that means that they have a massive list of new characters we all want to see. And that voting poll ended at least 4 years ago, maybe 5. You know what that means? That's plenty of times to gather character rights, see which ones are doable, program them in, and launch a trailer at E3 2018. Let's see it happen, people. Power Rangers fighting game, a bit of a dream, but probably not going to happen. Kingdom Hearts Dissidia, at most we'll expect Sora or Riku to maybe make a cameo, if that. Maybe be a DLC fighter if Disney released the rights just a little bit. But Smash Bros. Switch, with the information we have given them of who we want to see, could be one of the greatest games, both in the series and in Nintendo history. Thank you for watching the first episode of Tru3. Let me know down below what are your favourite fighting games and ones you want to see come to life. If you agree with any of the ones I've said, feel free to comment below. If you disagree, I'm happy to chat with you. We are nearly at 100 subscribers, so I am more than happy to come and chat with all of you. And please, just have a happy new year, and enjoy yourself before the inevitable nuclear war. Yep. Nuclear war, I just said. You know what? That's staying in. I'm not editing that out. Enjoy yourself before Trump's nuclear-powered wall blows up Mexico. So thank you for watching. Enjoy life. We're all going to die, and it's going to become a real-life fighting game. Take care. I just realised that's so fitting, because I almost did the Fallout thumb as well.